Okay. Let's see if it stays. This is like my 4th time trying to go live. I don't know why. I thought it was the Wi-Fi was a bad connection. Then I thought my cell phone was a bad connection. But it seems to be working now. So if we're gonna do a gentle flow, I'm glad it's finally working. I had a couple minutes of like trying to get this to focus, but if you are at home, if you guys are relaxing, what we're gonna do today is we're just gonna do a gentle flow on the ground mostly. We're gonna work our way up to our feet, and then we're gonna get into a nice comfortable position and do a nice meditation together. And that's it, and then go back to watching football or whatever you're doing on your Sunday. So just get as much or as little as you need, and just make sure you're relaxing. Relax your muscles from all the partying, from all the work, from whatever tension and anxiety we're having in our daily lives, and it all starts with breath work. So with that, let's jump into child's pose first, and let's get ourselves going with a little nice Sunday stretch. I actually might bring you guys nice and close, since it's not such a big environment. Okay, everyone in child's pose. Walk those hands out, hips nice and low. And as you get into child's pose, make sure you're focusing on none of the thoughts that are going through your head, just trying to get our attention back to our breath. And you can set an intention, you can have no intention, just start to feel things out and see how your body is doing. Stretch out the back. And in child's pose, as you're laying out flat, if you want to walk your hands to the right and to the left, you can go back and forth. Just walking the fingers off to one side of your mat, lengthening one side, and then breathing into that. Every time you inhale, stretching it out. Exhale, letting it release. Take a breath and then walk the hands to the other side. You can go back and forth a couple times, or you can just stay in one position for a while and breathe into that side, feeling the stretches get deeper and deeper with time. And as you breathe, start to slow your breaths down, start to take more time with them. Take 3, 5, 8 seconds in, then 3, 5, 8 seconds out. Try and slow it down. Let the body melt in. Try and walk your fingers a little farther forward, then sink your hips a little farther back. Maybe take your knees a little wider, see if your hips can sink even lower. Then slowly lifting your chest just a little bit off the mat. Let's take our right hand off the mat, reach up towards the sky, twist open, and then reach underneath, across and under. So your right shoulder is on the mat. Use your left hand for support, or if you want, you can reach behind, just spend some time here. Try and open your chest up to the side. But again, no extra effort here, not a lot of tension. Just letting your gravity stretch out your arm, your shoulder. Use that left hand to post yourself up, open up to the sky, bring it back down. Other side, left hand goes up. Reach all the way up. Come underneath, left shoulder to the mat. You can keep that hand there for support, or you can reach behind. Same thing on both sides, relax. Slowly release, come up to all fours. Bring yourself into tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Get some side to side action. Start to roll out your wrists forward, around, back. Just do some circles all the way around. Both directions. Take your fingers, turn them towards the outside. Go side to side, left and right. Take your fingers, turn them back towards you as much as you can. They don't have to point perfectly straight back. All we're doing here is taking a little bit of weight and slowly lifting our palms up. Get a little stretch in the fingers, wrists, and forearms. If this is your first time joining in, just know that I do these almost every day, either a meditation or a yoga class. I've gotten some good feedback, so I want to do these more often. The biggest thing is that these are all based on donation, really. So anything that is contributed goes straight to making sure that more of these classes can happen. So anything that's given is appreciated for the classes on IG. For private lessons and things, you can always DM me, of course, but for now, we're just doing a nice gentle flow together. We're gonna go into some cat-cows. So for cat-cows, tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone down, and as you collapse into your body and lift your back up, you're gonna breathe all the air out and collapse in. Then as you inhale, your eyes will go up, your tailbone goes up, and your belly drops down. You can keep your eyes shut and go back and forth. Exhale, squeeze down. Inhale, arch up. Look up, tailbone up, belly down. Breathe out. Inhale up. Exhale down. Go back and forth on your own. I like to add side to side shoulder movements. Feel free to add any movements you'd like. If you want to add some body rolls, just get your whole trunk moving so you can start to feel your lower back, your upper back, your middle back being controlled separately by the body. Stretching out the rib cage, using our obliques. Good. From here, go ahead and lean back, sit on your heels. If you need to put a yoga block or something to support you, I use a foam roller. You can always sit down on a foam roller behind you. Either way, just put it right on your back of your heels so you can prop yourself up. Or if you want to, you can just tuck your toes or even flat toes, heroes right here. We're just gonna do some neck rolls and get our body moving head to toe, starting with our thoracic spine and our neck. So starting with our cervical spine and our neck, just take your ear to your shoulder and then roll the head back, eyes go up, left ear to your shoulder, chin to chest. Just go through about 3 to 5 times, nice and slow. And every time you roll your head, try and look with your eyes, even if they're shut. Look in the same direction as your neck is turning. So you stretch out your whole occipital lobe, all those muscles that go all the way back, all your ocular muscles that wrap around your head. Switch directions, get both ways. So that even when we're staring at screens all day, we're at work all week, watching movies all weekend, still use all the muscles through all the range. Shake your head up and down, yes. your head low. Try and keep your head still. Don't let your head tilt like a dog side to side. Try and keep the chin pointed down. And then go side to side, ear to shoulder, opposite shoulder. Okay, from here, we're gonna do a little bit of a chest opener, getting our shoulders to open up. So we're gonna take first our arms across, pull it across right here, loosen up that rear deltoid. So use your one arm as a lever, pull it across, relax the arm. Feel that stretch open. And the same arm's gonna go up over our head with our elbow. So we're gonna reach behind our head here. The other hand's gonna try and grab the elbow and pull it behind the head, opening up the lat, stretching out the triceps. Switch sides, pull it across. And over the top. Grab that elbow, try and keep the head up, try not to let your chin come way down. But if you have to, you can always gently pull without trying to keep the arm all the way behind. You can keep it more near the ear, whatever keeps that nice and comfortable for your shoulder. Just to stretch. We're not trying to put ourselves in pain as we stretch. We're just trying to make sure that the muscles know we're being used and they're not being used in the same range of motion all the time. We're not sitting still all the time. Go ahead and release that. From here, we're just going to do a very small back arch. We're just going to stay in our nice hero's pose. We're going to take our eyes up, lift up the chest, and just do a small arch, just trying to look behind us. And as you look behind us, you're going to take both hands by your ears and then reach up as high as you can. Try and reach behind you. This is great at isolating your thoracic spine from your lower back. So as you reach, the only bend is from your upper back, your upper body. Good. Coming back down, bringing the hands behind your back, making a fist with the fingers interlocked and reaching for the floor, reaching down, opening up the chest behind us. So taking that clasped hand, I point my fingers down, open my chest, eyes go up. Maybe open your mouth to breathe here so you get that lion's breath. Awaken that throat chakra. So if you never use the lion's breath, it's just a good way to wake up that throat chakra, that energy from where you find your voice, where you find that inner fire that comes out in the things we say and we put out there. So as I'm doing the stretch, I'll be out here and I'll breathe in. Nice and big. When I breathe out, I'll stick my tongue out all the way out and just open that mouth. I feel like a lion roaring. So put those hands down, point down to the ground, breathe in. Tongue out. Release the hands. Reach up towards the sky. Bring those hands down to heart center and relax for a second. This is good music. I don't know if you guys can hear the music on there. I was assuming you can. But if you can't, it's good jungly vibes, so I'm feeling good with this music. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit of hip openers next, but in order to start hip opening, we got to make sure our core is stable. So we've done neck, we've done some chest openers. Next we're going to do some core activations. So what that looks like is starting up in a high plank. So just like we were in tabletop, put those hands under your wrists, feet go back, bring yourself up to that high plank. So my butt's not up in the air, my hips are not below my shoulders, they're about the same height. So from the side, I have this nice and lined up, everything's nice and flat. And what I'm doing is I'm pulling in the belly and I'm trying to bring my fingertips and my toes very gently and bringing them together. So I'm going to be squeezing my body from the top and bottom towards the middle. But it's gentle. We're not going hard today. It's not like an ab workout. We're just activating. We're just feeling, sensing, how's everything doing. So I'm pulling my belly in and I'm going to make sure my glutes are a little bit tight and then just gently bring the top and bottom together so you have a nice squeeze in the front. So you feel everything from up here in the shoulder all the way down to your thighs pulling together. then just slowly lower all the way down to the mat. From here, we're gonna start getting up into our hip openers, but to get there, we're gonna have to be able to step in front. So we're gonna go into our first upward facing to downward facing dog, and then we're gonna be opening up the hips a little bit. So, baby cobra first. Inhale, bring the chest up, eyes go up a little bit, but we don't wanna arch the neck up. Keep the head and spine neutral here with the neck. So, breathe out on the way down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Working towards that upward facing dog. Start to dig the heels of the hand in, lift up a little bit higher. Press the floor away, eyes go up. Now you don't have to firm up the thighs, you don't have to lift the body up yet, just a nice gentle one. Even if you want to have a little bit of bend in the elbow, we're just looking to kind of wake up the back. Maybe get a little side to side. If you're tight in the spine, try not to do side to side. If you feel loose, you can always stretch out one shoulder forward, other shoulder forward. Just try and look behind you. How's my butt look? How's my butt look? Bring it back. From here, I want to tuck my toes, just roll myself up to a nice high plank, and then lift my hips up to the sky. And just relax in downward facing dog. We're gonna take our right foot and step between our hands. So nice and gentle, step to the front, drop the back knee. As you drop the back knee, bring your hips underneath you. So as I'm sitting up nice and tall, I have a nice vertical spine. I'm gonna give myself a nice 90-degree angle in my stance here. And then I'm just gonna gently walk this foot forward, the front foot, and start to sink my hips down towards the floor. So you don't have to go as far as you can, just go until you have a nice stretch. So I'm just gonna walk this foot forward. And if you need support, you can use your hand on the mat. If you have a yoga block or something to assist you, you can always use that to kind of get deeper into it. So you're just gonna try and feel your weight go down. Now, as your weight goes down, what you don't wanna have is arching backwards. So try and keep yourself nice and neutral so that you have a little bit of a tuck here. So you're almost like curved out, like a hollow position here, instead of arched forward with our belly and our rib cage out this way. So nice and tall, and then let the weight push down. If this knee is in front or neutral, doesn't matter. We're not flexing the ankle for a stretch right now. It's not a calf stretch, this is a hip stretch. So we're looking to try and keep the hips more square towards the front of the room, towards the front of your mat, and then drop that weight nice and down low. If you want, with a neutral spine, you can also come forward with your hands to support if you wanted to get more of a stretch into the hip. So you get both in the hamstring and in the hip as you come forward, but you can also stay up here just for a nice tall stretch to get extra long in the hip flexor. So you can stay here, or you can also use that little stretch in the front with hands on either side. So we're just gonna stay here for about 5 breaths. Then we're gonna add in a couple other things. Just relax. I don't know if you guys are watching football, but I just saw, Patrick Mahomes has got a toe injury. I'm almost 100% sure he won't be able to finish the game. He's missed like 4 out of the last 6 passes before the second half started. So before the flow, I was watching the playoffs. So now this is my relaxing before I go back to watch the end of what Baker Mayfield can pull together. Take that hand on the inside of the knee. If you're already up nice and tall, walk your hands down to the mat. Bring that hand inside, and we're just gonna start working our way forward, bringing our chest down towards the mat. So if you need to, walk that foot to the edge on the outsides to create some space so that you can come straight down. And you can work your way either to your forearms or just in your hands and start to get yourself nice and stretched out in that adductors in your hip and your hamstring right here. And so you can spend time in this position, or you can even spend time here pushing the knee away. So we're getting that hip open and stretched. So again, go slow, go gentle. None of this should be super aggressive feeling. Even if it's a great stretch, try not to overdo it. The nervous system needs a break. This is supposed to be stimulating, but not over-stimulating. So whatever you need, that's where you stay. Good, bring that knee back in. Keep your left hand, if it's your right foot, keep your left hand down, otherwise switch it. Take the opposite hand. So whatever knee is up, take your chest face towards the knee. Raise the arm up to the sky. If you want, you could even go for a little quad stretch. Lift that back foot up. If you you want, you can take this foot up. As I'm sitting here twisted up, I can even just take this up here and just have a nice stretch. So now I have a good quad stretch here too. I can open my chest, stretch my quad, but only if it's accessible. Don't go too far. If it feels good, go into it. Bring it back. Take this foot, we're gonna walk it across the mat. So now it's across the opposite side. I'm gonna take this knee down to the floor and I'm gonna get into a half pigeon. Now if you need support, you can put a yoga block or a pillow or a blanket underneath your hip here so it's a little bit more gentle. So if I wanted to, I can take, again, my foam roller, put it right under my hip so I have a little bit more support here. Now I can keep my body square and I can walk my chest down to the floor. This is the one I usually need the most help with. And as I get deeper into it, I try and push myself a little bit too far, and I always have to take it easy. So sometimes you gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself. Walk yourself, chest up, and take this leg back. Here's how you do it. Back foot is gonna tuck your toes underneath. So now I got my toes untucked, right? So they're not pointed. Tuck that toe on the mat. That way I can push off the floor, create space, and that foot goes back nice and easy. Take that leg, shake it out. Remember that hip feels okay. And then we're about to switch it up on the other side. So from this downward facing dog, high plank, left foot's gonna step forward, back to the beginning of all these nice stretches. And we're getting that 90-degree angle. So 90 degrees right here in the knee. And all we're doing is keeping that spine nice and tall, and we're just slowly walking that toe forward and taking our hips down, still keeping that neutral spine. So walking everything out. Trying to keep my hips square and then my pelvis tucked, so I'm not arching way out. I'm keeping everything nice and neutral here, letting that weight sink to the floor. If you need help, you can squeeze this glute and let this knee press forward. Otherwise, just think about that weight sinking down. You can always have support here to make that balance a little bit easier, to put some relaxation into the muscle. Hips is so important to work these days. We're sitting, standing, sitting, standing, sitting, standing. Maybe we walk a little bit throughout the week, but very rarely are we using our lower body the way that we used to. Prehistoric times, before we had desk jobs, before industrialization, before we were doing the same monotonous tasks, we had a lot more things that as human beings we could repeat throughout the week with different activities. So instead of repeating the same 3 things, we had to do 30 different things. So having more variety is the key to making sure our body never gets comfortable being stiff or having a lack of range of motion. We should never feel weak in positions where we're also flexible. So no matter if you have a lot of muscle or no muscle, we can always find another balance to the body. So that's the purpose of yoga. From here, we can take that knee out. Push that knee away, nice and gentle. From here, you can bring the knee back, hand down, open up. You could even take that quad stretch if you want, where you let that back foot back here come up to your glutes, reach back, you can pull it in. and release. From here, we're gonna take that foot just like we did the other side, walk it to the outside of your mat, knee goes across the front. If you need support, get support under that booty. And from there, back leg goes straight behind you. Chest stays square in the front. Walking the hands out, taking the chest down to the floor as close as we can. You can use your forearms for support, or you can get your chest down to the floor and breathe. Slowly walk yourself back up. Take that foam roller out. If you want to, you can use both hands here. Otherwise, you want to just untuck this leg, throw it back into that high plank. Shake out that hip. And from here, let's flow through one vinyasa, lower down into upward facing dog. Eyes go up. Lift the hips into downward facing. And then just do a little walk or gentle hop to the front of your mat and roll to the back. And then all the way down onto our butts. One vertebrae at a time. All the way down to your back. Just for this one, I'm gonna rotate. Just for angle purposes. So we're gonna be on our back, getting some rotation stretches. So we're gonna do first, we are going to be taking our right leg into our chest. So right knee comes into the body. And then taking that knee across the body, use your right hand as a nice T so that you have a brace here. Left hand's going outside, taking the knee across the body, rotating the spine, stretching the hip and thoracic. Trying to keep your shoulder open towards the sky. Every inhale, think about your spine getting longer and twisting farther. Every exhale, relaxing deeper into the stretch. Bring that knee back. Scoop up that foot into that half pigeon position again. So we're gonna have that figure 4 here. Grab your own shin. So we're gonna reach right through that leg and then on the outside and hug in the knee so that we have a nice stretch in the hips out here. So bring that knee in nice and tight. Release, switch sides, straighten out the right leg, bring the left knee into the chest, grab that knee, pull it in nice and high. And then left hand goes out, right knee comes across. Bring that left knee back up. Use the right knee to scoop that heel into that figure 4. Reach the arm through. Other arm wraps around to the shin. Give it a nice squeeze. both knees into the chest, hug them in nice and tight. Give yourself a nice hug and roll forward and back and massage your spine. And when you finally get enough momentum, roll yourself up to seated. And face the front of your mat. We're going to finish today's meditation. Some breaths here at the end, just to get our heart rate nice and calm and our minds clear. And to start this meditation, what I really want everyone to do is to have their eyes shut, be in a comfortable position. You can be in Shavasana laying down. You can have your legs crossed. Whatever position for you keeps you so that your body doesn't get discomforts in its position, right? So the whole point of yoga is not the asanas, it's not the poses. It's making sure that everything that yoga gives you allows you to meditate in comfort. So that way the only thing that you're dealing with is what's inside and not worried about what's feeling in the vessel. You just kind of go through meditation with a clearer ability to see inside your own thoughts. So with that being said, find your position of comfort, get into a position that you want to stay in, close your eyes and begin to focus on breath, diaphragmatic breathing, belly breathing. So all we want to know is that inhale fills us up, exhale relaxes in, right? So make sure that every time you inhale, you can feel that your stomach is pushing out, and it's not just chest and shoulders breathing, it's that the whole body is breathing as we go. So inhaling, exhaling, and taking your time, getting comfortable with that rhythm. So again, there's no pressure to breathe a certain way. It's only going to tell the body that you're relaxed. So we're trying to communicate to the body we're in a relaxed state, we're in a safe environment, and that takes belly breaths. Chest breaths are a sign of tension. Belly breaths are a sign of relaxation and comfort. That's why babies breathe using their belly. Let's breathe like babies. So, nice and relaxed bodies. And as soon as you close your eyes, you immediately become aware of your body. As soon as you can't see anything around you, your attention is immediately more focused on the vessel. Let's talk ourselves into a quiet space. Does your body feel good now? Does it at least feel better now? Are we worrying about the effort we put in? Are we worrying about the results we're getting? What are we worried about? Are we thinking about doing? Can we just be happy that we're doing? Being. Are you listening? Can you hear more than just my voice, but everything around you? Do you live in a city? Can you hear the neighbors, the traffic, the animals? The electricity, the wind. Can you hear it all? Or are you only listening to what's in your head? What's in your thoughts? Can you smell anything? Sense food being cooked, or someone who didn't pick up after their dog in the park, or a flower blooming, or the rain coming, or the stuffy air in the house that you live in, or the open windows, fresh air, or the breeze in your nose? What are you sensing? Are you thinking about sensing it? Are you giving everything a name? Or can you just experience it? Without language, no words. And that's why the speaker is going to give a few minutes with nothing. slowly bring yourself back into a scene awareness. Gently open your eyes. And one thing I do like to share from yoga are ohms and little mantras together. Just so that we can share something, even if we can't be together. We can share a sound, we can share a vocal connection on top of just having the yoga practice, the meditation. I'd like to share one Om with you guys. So OHM, pronounced Aum or Om, however you want to do it. And we're just going to take one big breath, and we'll close today's practice with a nice Om together. Ready? Nice big inhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Forehead to your knuckles. The light in me recognizes and appreciates the light in each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me tonight. Again, I appreciate anyone who came and joined with us. If you guys watch this live or you watch it after it's posted, that'd be fantastic. If any donations you make help support more classes, more meditations, I like to do some every single day. And yeah, all donations are appreciated. You can find a Venmo on my page. But you know, these are trying times for everyone, and I just want to support as many people as I can having a great, healthy lifestyle. So anything is appreciated. So enjoy your night. I know the football games are still on. I'm really hoping that Patrick Mahomes' toe is okay. And at the same time, I'm pretty sure Baker Mayfield's gonna have a big comeback. He's gonna be Johnny Football 2.0. And then we're gonna watch, you know, them play the Bills, and then we gotta have what? Green Bay is gonna play the winner of tonight's game. So we'll see what happens, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. But I hope to see you guys in the week. I'll be doing more yoga classes and meditations. And if you have any requests, if you have anything specific that you're wondering about or would like for me to share information on, even just my own personal viewpoint, I'm more than happy to. But have a great night, and I'll see you guys soon.